Hello again everybody, and welcome to another revision of BrommersBlog's videos. Today I'm returning to the RS EDP, or Embedded Development Platform, and we're going to take a quick look at a demonstration of the Easy Web Internet platform. Basically what we're going to look at today is a free piece of software that you can download from the RS EDP website that allows you to essentially host a basic web server on the EDP. And utilizing this today, we're going to be using, just here we can see on the EDP, I have here just the STR9 module, which as yet we've not demoed. So today we've got this module, and here we just have the analog 16 module, which I reviewed in some previous videos. So what you also see here stuck out at the top is today I'm using the microlink debugger from Kyle, which allows me just to do some simple programming debugging via JTAG onto the STR9 module. What you'll also see here now today is I'm also providing a hardwire LAN connection to the EDP, and this is for the purpose of the demonstration. So today for the software we're going to be looking to use the Kyle Microvision IDE environment, and hopefully you can see this on the screen. This is Microvision 4, what we're currently using. The actual program that I have running today, as I mentioned, is called Easy Web, and this allows you to set up a basic internet, host a web server on the RS EDP. So there's quite a few files in here, but this is something you can download and take a look at yourself. But here within the project window we can see a number of the C files for the ports, etc., configuration files, and I've opened a number of the headers just here today. The first file I'm looking at actually is the TCP/IP header file. And within this header file is where we're able to set up certain parameters so that we can connect the RS EDP to the actual internet. So what I have here, just for the purpose, is this is something that you can configure yourself according to your router settings. So here I'm just using a blank router, but here just for the address of 192.168.1.199. So this is the actual IP address that we're going to program into the STR9, which has obviously onboard the onboard Ethernet controller. So the other file that we're going to look at is, just very quickly, is the HTML file, which actually will produce the data that we will see on the screen just shortly. So as we can see here, providing the headers, refreshing content, obviously HTML code, setting colors, text sizes, etc., etc. So when we compile the program, we'll see something on the screen when we access the web page. So there's a few other files to look at, but for the purpose of today's demonstration, what I'd just like to run to now is to just do a build of the files. Okay, so we'll just rebuild the target here, and what we should see here in the status window is, using the debugger now, we've got the actual code done. So what we're next going to do, now that we have that, is to actually load the program down to the STR9. So what we see here, downloading the code, and that is done. So what we're now going to do is look towards the EDP. Okay, we should see there. Okay, excellent. Now I don't know if you can see this LED very well, but what we can see is the orange LED flashing here to indicate that the LAN is being received onto the RS EDP. So if we now come back, we now want to look at the laptop, which is connected wirelessly, I have to say, so there is no physical connection for data between the EDP. So I'm just going to open up a blank window here. Now if you remember, we'd programmed an IP address into the device, so if I just look to dial that in, 198.168.199, and hit that, hopefully what we should find. Hey! And here we have it. Hello world, BrommersBlog here. So what you're seeing now is actually the basic HTML file which we created in the Microvision environment, and we can see here that we're hosting this as a dynamic website by the embedded web server running on the STR9 EDP module. So as we say, the STR9 is obviously a 96 megs processor, 544K flash, but most importantly the embedded Ethernet controller. Now what you're seeing here on the graphs is actually, let me just make this a full screen, is we had the analog 16 module also placed on. So what we're monitoring here is there is a trim pot on the actual analog 16 module, and there is also an input monitor for what's coming out of the A2D. Now as you can see, this screen is refreshing every few seconds, so this means that we're constantly polling the data every few seconds from the EDP and posting that to the internet. So what you can see here when the graph just changed to red and back slightly was just obviously there we go again. We see is just because nothing is really connected to the A2D converters, we're just getting a bit of a floating input. So once again, this was just a very quick demonstration to show you the power of what you can now do also with some free software that is freely available from the RS website, and to host your own embedded internet server on the EDP with the STR9. So thank you very much again for your time and attention, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye bye.